Hi, everyone. Today we're going to talk about how you can use ChatGPT to plan your day simply by talking to it. This is going to be a pretty quick video just to give you some ideas on where to start. And as a reminder, I'm using the paid version of ChatGPT, which is $20 a month. And as of July 2025, this is what it looks like. The way I like starting things is I go to this use voice mode section, and this allows you to actually talk to ChatGPT. The reason I start my day like this is oftentimes I wake up and do not know where to start. I have so many things on my mind, like work goals, making content, or personal life things. Hence, I love starting my day by talking to someone that knows me really well, specifically my AI friend. So let's get started here. Hi, ChatGPT.
Hey there, how's it going? What's on your mind today?
I'm feeling super overwhelmed this morning. I have so many things on my mind. I just need help deciding what is the most important things to start with and where to start. Can you try to coach me similar to Alex Hormozy and how he would try to help me through this problem?
Absolutely. So let's break it down a bit and keep it simple. First, just brain dump everything that's on your mind, all the tasks and ideas, and get them out of your hand and onto paper or a digital note. Then let's pick the top three things that will move the needle the most for you today. And once you've got those, just tackle them one at a time. How does that sound?
That sounds good. To start, I have a doctor's appointment this morning that's going to take up a lot of my time, but also I am overwhelmed with trying to make content. I want to make LinkedIn and Instagram content, as well as reach out to a bunch of leads from my business. I'm also trying to perfect my product, so I have to work on that throughout the day. And I have a few scheduled calls with clients. So all of that is just kind of piling on. I don't know where to start. So please help direct me in the correct way.
All right, that does sound like a lot, but let's break it down. Since your doctor's appointment is a fixed event, we can plan around that. Maybe use the time before or after your appointment or a quick content session, like batching a few posts so you can get that off your plate. And then prioritize those scheduled calls because they're already set. After that, just choose one thing that will really push your business forward today and focus on that. And remember, you've got this one step at a time.
From your perspective, what do you think will push my business forward? Just knowing me, you know all the interactions we've had together, and I'm pretty new to this current business, so I'd love to hear your thoughts on the items I talked about and which one will be the highest ROI.
I think given where you're at, the highest ROI is probably going to come from reaching out to those leads and booking calls because that's how you're going to build your client base and get more business coming in. Content is important for building your brand, but making sure you have those client relationships and that pipeline going is probably going to give you the biggest push forward. So I'd say prioritize that outreach and then fit the content and product refinement around that.
Okay. And outside of the doctor appointment, I have a pretty flexible schedule today. Can you give me some recommendations on how to structure my time and maybe where to start?
Absolutely. Since you've got that flexibility, let's start by blocking out some focus time. So after your doctor's appointment, maybe give yourself a dedicated hour or two for that lead outreach. Then maybe carve out a shorty block of time for creating and scheduling your content, even if it's just 30 minutes to get a couple of posts ready. And then leave yourself a nice chunk of time for any client calls or product work. And don't forget to build in some breaks so you don't burn out.
Yeah, totally agreed, ChatGPT. I appreciate it. Thank you. So that was a great example of a typical conversation I might have with ChatGPT, particularly in the morning as I'm going to start my day. Usually that's when I like to have those sort of conversations to help kind of clear my mind of all the stress and and anxiety around all the events that's going to transpire throughout the day and help me clarity on where to start. After you exit out of that chat, you'll see that the entire chat populates on the main page here, so you could see the entire transcript, which could be helpful. And additionally, some questions you could ask if you didn't like the questions I asked could be, remind me of what my 10x goal is. What future self am I becoming? You could also ask, what's my number one 90-day goal right now that will move me towards my vision? You could ask, what's one high leverage action that if I take it today will make everything else easier or unnecessary? Things like that you could really prompt to get the most impactful actions on paper or into your calendar for the day. And since ChatGPT stores all the memory it has of you, if you've inserted previous documents in the past, if you've had tons of conversations with it about the type of business you're running or work you're trying to do, then it'll be quite educated on guiding you in the right direction. Additionally, now that ChatGPT agents exist, you can also have it schedule a couple hours of deep work into your calendar or connect it to different apps like email or your social media accounts to actually take those tasks off your plate for you. So, as you could tell, the example I went through today is a very simplified process. You could make it much more customized to yourself or be more specific about what sort of things you're dealing with by connecting different tools to your ChatGPT or just giving it more information about what you're dealing with. And as always, I'm always happy to help as you're getting started with this process. And the main goal of it, again, is just to try to make you less stressed about your day and give you more clarity on where to go. So as always, feel free to reach out if you need any help getting started, and have a great rest of your day.